Welcome my dear friends to Taslima Maya Art. A big thank you to Nate from Nate Bright Art for inviting me on as a guest artist this month. I'm so excited to be here. So my name's Taz from Taslima Maya Art, and I've challenged all of our lovely fellow artists on this collab to bring any form of 3D texture to their artwork. They were given free rein to explore textured art in any way that they wished, using any medium. I'm super excited to see what everyone created. A big shout out goes to all my Patreon and YouTube channel members. So step one for me was to mix the acrylic tube paints and the This Little Piggy pigments up. Today I'm going to be creating a special mixed media artwork of one of Nate's favourite birds, the exotic elegant toucan. Why not bring the tropical beauty of nature right to the canvas? We're going to be creating a stunning 3D toucan perched on a branch set against a lush rainforest inspired background, using This Little Piggy pigments to add depth and shimmer like you've never seen before. I do hope you like my process video and it gives you lots of inspiration. Do leave me a comment to let me know what you think. So I'm starting off with mixing up my acrylic tube paints, and I'm mixing this with my pouring medium, which is Oatral. It's about 3 parts Oatral to 2 parts paint and water to make it to the runny consistency that I need, which is about a 2-second trace. The substrate I'll be using to take the weight of the texture paste is 11 by 14 wooden board. For the gorgeous tropical rainforest background, I'll be using This Little Piggy pigments or TLPs from fluidart.co, and they are Mermaid, Sea Glass, Emerald and Asparagus, and I think they're perfect for this pour. I mix up my TLPs with some Josonia gloss varnish, only a little drop of it, and I'm not going to be mixing too much because I have quite a lot of tube colours as well. And you can use a paint calculator to work out how much you need to cover your substrate size. Once my pigment is fully dispersed, I will then wait a while and add my pouring medium, which is again Oatral, but I will also mix in some golden gel gloss just to give it the right thickness and body to be similar to my tube paints that I've mixed up. I do sieve my Oatral because it can sometimes have little lumps in there, but you really need to incorporate this very well. If you're a complete beginner to acrylic pouring and would like to learn how to mix your TLPs or pigments or paints, do check out my other videos on my channel, which goes into great detail and includes full measurements. So as I mentioned, I'll be doing an acrylic swipe pour background, incorporating all these beautiful TLPs for the rich iridescent effects to create a tropical explosion of colour and creativity. This is the consistency and it's similar to my tube paint mixed up. In step 2, I draw my toucan out, mask it and do my swipe pour. So I used a number of different reference photographs. These are free stock reference pictures, and just to look at what a toucan looks like in overall shape and size, and I really want to try and draw something onto my wooden board, which I'll then mask off. Okay, so let's do that. I begin by positioning and transferring my toucan outline to my board using graphite paper. This is a really easy method for beginners. I then add a few more leaves here and there and look at the overall composition and make sure I'm happy with it. I'm so super excited to see what other texture pieces everyone created for this challenge. So as Nate said, the finished piece should invite the viewer to reach out and touch it. In the past, I've used everything on my channel from spackle, glass beads, resin, hot glue, fabric paint, gel gloss, sculpture paste, sand and stones, and so much more. So I wanted to encourage people out of their comfort zones. Good luck, everyone. So what you see me doing here is a simple method of masking. I'm putting some masking tape down and I'm cutting around it and peeling off the outside. And this is really easy to do. Texture paste sticks to wood better than acrylic paint, so that's why I'm masking it off, and I'm ready now to pour. I will start with a simple white base coat because wood does tend to suck up paint and moisture, and having a base coat really helps avoid any kind of issues later on. I add my sky blue light and all my other colours one by one, and there's no real method to this madness. It's just really just having fun and using your intuition and your gut instinct about where you want certain colours. So I wanted lighter colours up top and slightly darker colours down bottom, just to give it a nice kind of background view behind the toucan. And here I've poured it and I'm just getting rid of some bubbles with a heat gun, and I'm going to then just move it around a little bit by tilting. I'm doing this actually really slow in real time, but I've sped this up and I'm seeing all those beautiful colours merge. And I'm going to do my swipe next. This is Australian Floetrol with acrylic paint, white titanium Amsterdam paint, and the ratio is 3:1. And I'm using my palette knife just to swipe through the paints and create some beautiful iridescent cells. You'll see a close-up in a moment, but this is a really fun part of this. I really enjoyed it. Now, I don't know about you, but I love all kinds of music, and I love sticking on some classical music and doing my swiping and just enjoying being in the moment. That kind of meditative, therapeutic part of acrylic pouring is really, really good. Mindfulness and art is where it's at. And who doesn't like swiping? Those cells that come up, and so organic and so beautiful. They're really mesmerizing to watch as they kind of come up from the canvas like that. I'll do a close-up for you in a second and a flyover so you can see it as it was wet. It actually dried really, really well as well and retained most of those cells. And Nate, my friend, thank you for inviting me on this collab as your guest artist. I am so honoured. I really hope you love this piece. And look at those gorgeous cells. Some of them are beautiful peacock looking cells, gorgeous jelly bean cells. I love it. Here's a big shout out to all my dear friends on Nate's Art Lab. There are quite a lot of you, so sorry if I missed anyone out, but hi to Laurie from Art by Sparkle, hi to Julie E, hi to Just Janice. I'm so thrilled you're all doing something, and I can't wait to see what you create. And it's this point I get super excited. I love this part when you see it all coming together, and I love that background. It's very rainforesty, very green, and you've got the lovely blues as well to break it up, and a lovely iridescent TLPs coming through, and the shimmer is just out of this world. I do touch up the sides, but cut that part of the video out. I will now leave this to dry overnight, and it's surprising how quickly it dries when the heating's on, and I will be ready to take the next step with you. Removing the masking and applying texture paste. So grab your paints and texture piping bags and maybe even a cup of tea, and let's get started on the next part of this fun and exciting journey to create our very own masterpiece. Oh, but before we do that, and before I go to bed and it dries completely, I do need to peel off the masking tape, and it did take a little bit of doing, but it came off, as you can see, quite quickly. And they're gorgeous, aren't they, the cells on the masking tape? Maybe I'll use them for some other project. And here it is, ready and waiting to dry. Now, as I take a million different photographs of it from every angle, because I'm so excited, of course, I took out all of my wonderful This Little Piggy pigments, trying to decide which ones I might use to paint the texture, which I'm going to apply next. And I do love my TLPs. They're such vibrant, gorgeous colours, as you can see here. I have quite a few of them, and I can't wait to use them more. So on to the next stage. I've got my all-purpose wall filler and my modelling paste from Pebeo, and I'm going to combine the two in a little pot. I did eyeball it to look for consistency, but it was roughly about 3 parts wall filler or filler and 1 part of the modelling paste, just to get it thinned down a little bit, because the modelling paste is slightly, well, a lot thinner than the wall spackle. And I mix it thoroughly well to create a smooth paste that I can pipe out using my piping bag. And here I am filling up my piping bag. This is a disposable one, very cheap to buy. And I'm just going to put all this paste into the piping bag, ready to pipe out my wonderful 3D textured toucan. And we're almost ready to go, and I can't wait to do the piping bit. Really exciting. I don't think I've ever piped a bird before, certainly not a tropical bird, so this is a new feat for me as well. But you know me, I get the thrill out of going out of my comfort zones and trying to push the boundaries of what I can do. So let's see where this goes. So you'll see me experimenting with a number of different styles of laying down the texture as I create this toucan, and I'm really just going with my gut instinct and doing what I think is right. So whilst you're watching me build up the texture, let's talk about some interesting fun facts about toucans. Did you know that a toucan's beak can be about 1/3 of its body length? Despite their size, these beaks are surprisingly light, made of a sponge-like material, and they help the toucan grab food from the tree branches and even help them regulate their body temperature. They may look quirky with their giant beaks, but toucans are expert multitaskers. They can use their beaks to reach and manipulate branches, peel fruits, and even toss food into the air before catching it. They have bright colours for a big reason. Toucans have those vibrant, eye-popping colours for more than just show. The bright plumage helps them communicate with other toucans, and the beaks are a sign of their health and strength. In the wild, a healthy toucan is more likely to get the best food and a mate. Toucans are actually really quiet for their size. Even though they look like they should be loud and chatty, toucans are actually pretty quiet birds. They make soft, croaky sounds that help them blend into the forest canopy without drawing too much attention from predators. Did you know that toucans are excellent at flying, but they prefer hopping? While toucans can fly, they're not the most graceful flyers. They prefer to hop from branch to branch with their big beaks bobbing in the air. Think of it like their own version of a tropical zip line. And fun fact number 5 is that they have a love for tropical fruits. Toucans are frugivores, meaning that their diet mostly consists of fruit, but they will also eat insects and small reptiles and eggs. They're like nature's fruit bowl pickers, and they help spread seeds in the rainforest, which helps plant life grow. So yes, Nate, I can see completely why you love toucans and why they're one of your favourite birds. And for my viewers, let me know what your favourite bird is down in the comment box below. I love hearing from you. Maybe I'll actually do an artwork based on your suggestions. So you will have noticed, my friends, that I'm doing a little bit of experimentation with layering my texture paste, and I'm using either really short lines or long lines, or little globules of paste, or little zigzaggy lines. And here with the branches I put very long curved lines in, and I'm using a brush just to add a little bit of extra texture. So we arrive at step 4, and I'm looking at some reference pictures to see what colours I want on the toucan. I'm going to use some acrylic opaque paints to begin with, and then top them up with my TLPs mixed in with some varnish, just to give it that extra glisten. And oh my goodness, there are so many different variations of the colours for the beak. I was just spoilt for choice with the vibrant, beautiful colours I could have had. I completely lost count of how many of my beautiful This Little Piggy pigments I used, mixing it in with my paint and applying it on my beautiful textured toucan. Every colour from parakeet to grunge to boogie to mosh, inferno, maraschino, lagoon, blue eyes, echeveria, sapphire, sea glass, waterfall, and probably a few more, and it gave it a beautiful shine and sheen to it. I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely loving how this is coming together. I wonder if any of my viewers have seen a toucan in its real-life habitat. They're usually found in tropical and subtropical regions of Central and South America, but they can be found in Mexico through Central America and down to northern Argentina and Uruguay. They inhabit tropical rainforests, cloud forests, and other wooded areas with dense vegetation. So after adding my TLPs on top of my paints, the shimmer is unreal. Look at this masterpiece. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I really hope you like it, Nate, and everybody else on the collab and all my viewers. Look at her, the gorgeous acrylic swipe pour in the background with all those lovely cells and intermingling colours, the leaves, The bark on the tree looks so real, and it's very vibrant, my toucan. All the vibrant, beautiful TLP colours glisten as you look at this. And yes, I think I really like it. I really hope you do too. Do leave me a comment down in the comment box to let me know what you think, and whether you enjoyed this little journey with me in creating an acrylic pour texture art exotic toucan. Now I can't wait to see what everybody else has got for us. And as always, thank you for joining us, and this is the extended version of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There's more free material and paid material on my Patreon if you'd like to join me there. See you again soon. Bye for now.